All right, what topic we're discussing today? Psychosomatics, immortality, and health. All diseases we create in our life, all our events, these are our reactions. These are our decisions made beforehand. Whether we like it or not, the truth is that we are creators of our reality. And I saw this video about one woman who defeated the cancer of 4th stage. The cancer was everywhere with metastasis, but it was lymphoma, the cancer of lymph. She's 75, and she was on 4th stage, and doctors were giving her like 2 months. She's not autonomous or something. She did not even mention her nutrition or lifestyle, but she mentioned that she had this cancerophobia because her mother died at 65, her grandmother died at 65, and she was programming herself beforehand at subconscious level that as if she also should die at 65. And all doctors were scaring her that you have very bad ancestry tendency to have cancer. And so she was 33 when mother died and was not thinking about cancer before 65 age happened. At 65, she immediately started feeling her bad. She started like had high temperature out of nowhere, was all her life a psychologist, very active, and were researching psychosomatics and immunology. And she's like doctor herself, but at 65, all of a sudden, she started feeling so bad and she couldn't understand why. And everything went super quick, the damage to the body. She had this aggressive cancer. And after 65, usually doctors saying that chemotherapy will kill you, but you don't have any other way. So they were applying chemotherapy, and she understood that if she is so powerful as creator of her reality, that she created this cancer in her body, she can reverse this process and create, like, discreate this, and nullify her creation as a creator. And she started to search inside her what could cause, besides her fear of cancer and programs that her mother died at 65, what else could play a role in formation of this cancer. And she started digging into her emotions, maybe something suppressed or something which still worries her. And she was doing meditations and recognized that she has huge resentment towards her father and in general her male men around her, uncle, father. She could not release trauma, which was very innocent because she was just a child, and it was her little bit distorted childish perception of the situation. In general, she had very good relationships with father, which is interesting. But she dug deeper and put herself in the trance and remembered that father could not reply on her when she arrived at some event. Father was at the funerals, and he was ambassador or someone in embassy, like high post. And she arrived when there was a serious situation, all people were sad, and she arrived happy, but father did not respond her with happiness on his face because he could not. But a child doesn't understand, and he was very cold. So this trauma could cause even such deep rooted traumas as no response from parents in timely manner, because before 5-year-old we are very fragile and very sensitive, like a sponge. We take on ourselves all emotions, everything, like even mother left you for a second and you have the trauma of rejection for all your life. But when we adults, we can have more flexible and more adaptable psyche. Also, we can raise our emotional intellect. What is emotional intellect? We can react differently on situations. If someone yells at me all the time, hates me, it's their problem. I can change the situation if I reverse my attitude. If I will be focused on myself and self-love, for instance, all the time, then I won't be reacting personally on something which can happen daily. If I will be reacting at everything like a super sensitive child, then probably I will not survive because I will be stressing myself out with my own reactions. And this woman, coming back, she started to meditate. In 3 months, she cured her cancer, though it was the 4th stage, and doctors were saying, you will die. And when they made her this like diagnosis, whether she has cancer and what stage, doctors were shocked, and they were not believing their eyes. They said, like, you should die. How you can be alive? So doctors has the protocol and how they should apply chemotherapy. But the woman survived, and not only survived, she's remembered that when she was 12-year-old, she found in some newspaper, Soviet newspaper, that our organs are capable of living 1,000 years. And it kind of also downloaded to her memory. And she realized that if I can last 1,000 years, why I should die at 65? And she started to rejuvenate. She realized that she can do everything. She can direct her intentions into her cellular structure, reprogram herself, and this is the core of immortality. Not even nutrition. It's our emotions, and it's our self-programming. So now she's 75, she looks good, and she says, I want to live 200 years. She kind of built herself such frames. She said that why I have all my knowledge that I want to share with people, but my life is over. I'm not agreeing with this. And she's very positive. She's always smiling. She is always like not taking seriously anything. And always saying that being in the present moment. When she was self-healing, these meditations she was doing, she was diving into her body and being present at the same time, like in trance state. And I bet that she was in high state. And she's still in high state. And she really looks good for her age. Even without changing nutrition or lifestyle. If sure, psychosomatics can take some percentage of diseases. And all diseases simultaneously with another like biochemical damage out of food or alcohol or smoking always have a reason. It's like a trigger which starts the disease. And I will just in general tell you the main logic which usually psychosomatic doctors use. So they claim that not all emotions are natural for human beings. So supposedly when we were in cave times and were our ancestors like primitive half monkeys. I don't believe in this theory, but it makes sense because in wild nature, we have some specific emotions, but some emotions are not existing. For instance, we can have fear, anxiety, because we're worrying about the wild animals around. We have anger, we have rage. It's very inherent to us. We can even have irritation or jealousy to fight for female. Let's say so. These are natural emotions of human being. But some emotions you cannot find in nature, such as feeling of guilt. Like, does a lion have a guilt when he eats a deer? No, it's kind of silly even to imagine this. Resentment, envying someone. It's also the some other types of resentment. So resentment, feeling of guilt and envying people, these are not inherent to us at all. And it's only specific society-formed emotions. And these emotions, guys, are the most dangerous for the formation of illnesses. If rage, anger can, as I say, destroy your digestive organs, your liver, your stomach, because you cannot digest some situation. But if you let it go through your body quickly, through sports, through running, or even clenching your teeth and fists and then release, it will go away. But something which is connected to rumination is like constant resentment to something which happened 20 years ago, or feeling of guilt for something, constantly ruminating. This poisoning body 24/7. And psychosomatics is real because it provokes some specific cocktail of hormones inside us. Also, tense our muscles, tense vagus nerve. And this is very important because we can be in this armor of suppressed emotions and carry these emotions all our life. And then we have disease, sure, provoked also by cluttered body and very low immune system. You can learn endless lists, like allergies, for instance, or problems with the skin, don't touch me, or I want to be touched in different manner. I don't like how people treat me. Or, for instance, problems with the bones, with skeleton is always, or with the veins, everything which is our foundation, our core, it's a lack of self-reliance, fear that I won't make it, like self-devaluation in the manner that I cannot survive alone without someone who left me. It can be, fear together with resentment that someone left me and I cannot cope with life by my own. I have children, I have no money to stand for myself. And this can cause osteoporosis, arthritis, problems with the bones, with pelvic floor, and huge resentment, which can create unspoken words, create disbalance of thyroid gland, and all bouquet. And also, for instance, if you were rejected, it also can lead to autoimmune response, autoimmune disease, that if I'm not loved, I don't have a right to be, and my body starts to utilize myself. So as you see, guys, to experience any sort of negative emotions in general is very not beneficial for us. And John Kehoe and many people who were saying about subconscious mind, saying that we can do everything if we realize at very deep level how unconditional acceptance of life and yourself can heal you at all levels. There is no need to hold something with yourself forever. For this, we need sure body-oriented therapy. If you want to get rid of emotion here and now, you can make some techniques. For instance, if you have rage or something irritated you, you need to increase the tension in the body even more, like, and then, whew, and you will feel this release right away and won't be storing it in the body. Or for instance, if you had a stress and a lot of anxiety or nervousness, irritation, you can put your hands on the waist and open your mouth and make this as if you're yawning. Breathe deeply and then relax. It will relax your diaphragm, open the lungs, and already help even such a thing. So our task in this is high awareness of what you have, and this sincere and honest self-observation, what I still carry, what I still cannot release, and increasing our emotional intellect. People sometimes are like led by emotions, they can't think straight. But if this is why we need our mind, logic mind, we should rationalize many things instead of just automatic reactions. Because if we won't be reprogramming our responses and won't be making our psyche proactive, we will be storing more and more resentments and all automatic childish reactions. Again, aggression, rage is very inherent to us, or to our so-called animal nature, because of aggressive environment. At the same time, even anger and rage can be reversed, and it's not necessary to punch someone in the face. If someone yelled at you on the street, you can be more in observational mode. And all interesting doctors of psychosomatics are suggesting that you need to be more like Buddhistic monk and should be just observing your emotions through the body, which is interesting. Be in present moment, just observe without judgment. And they call it cognitive detachment or something like this. No matter how you call it, we discussed many times that if you are aware how your body reacts in the moment, what is going on, you feel this emotion and let it burn through your body right here, right now, and maybe do some, if you needed, some small actions, which I showed you, you will not store this emotion with you. But again, this is for people who still have reactions. As I was telling you, emotions, emotional life will live your life forever. Interesting point. When we see something outside, we are not feeling other people's emotions. We're feeling ourselves, projecting our feelings on what we see. For instance, couple is kissing each other, and you have something inside you only based on your experience. When you were in love, and you kind of feel what they feel. It's called empathy or sensitivity, but in fact, you feel only yourself all the time in other people. That's why some person, for instance, in your opinion, he is suffering. For himself, he is not suffering. It's very subjective perception of life based on your traumas, on your experiences, and how you would perceive. Or, for instance, you see a couple and it hurts you because you have this trauma of being abandoned by someone. And this is all is cured, guys, when you are just moving towards another perception in general, when you become observer of your life. Emotions, all traumas, all memories are just going away. That's why they call it death. Death of the body, not of the body, death of personality, sorry. Death of the body happens out of emotional hormonal life. You know, when hormones are killing us, especially the death hormone cortisol, which is constant stress. And the signals that something completely is off in the body when you are not capable of feeling emotions at all, but not in the manner of high state, but in the manner that total alexithymia, when you cannot like enjoy, cannot be afraid, but like in numbness, in stupor. This means that your functions of your body are off, and body is like automatically obeying your crazy mind, let's say so. So it's constant deep muscular tension, which is not even observed by you. So person even cannot feel anything negative. And don't protect his boundaries. He's like more in the vegetable automatic autopilot life. Just keeps on living his so-called boring life, completely blocked. And blocked from his desires. So it's true dangerous when you stop feeling your body giving you signals. As they say, that when disease arrived, it's not the reason to panic, it's your teacher. You should just self-investigate and realize where it comes from and how you can eliminate the core, and how you can forgive someone, for instance, or release the situation, or just choose yourself and choose life. And also they say good technique, if you have something which irritates your brain, some rumination, some thought, you need to create different localized areas of excitation in the brain, which will be opposite charge. It will be joy, it will be pleasure. For instance, I'm ruminating about someone did not pay me money. I need to give myself pleasure to do what I love, and different 4 areas minimum, 4 activities. And it will refocus my attention from this problem, because if I will be constantly worrying about something, I will again poison myself. People are doing this automatically because they are not aware how much these reactions can destroy our bodies. This is super sad, because then we are trying to heal with doctors, with pills, but usually they can just cut organ, cut the tumor, but they will be again cancer. Or why healers saying, I can heal you now, but if you won't change how you think in general, what attitude towards yourself you have for life, you will create the same disease again. And it was proven like 1,000 times. And program of self-destruction is the same program as, for instance, poverty program. We all have this from our ancestors, from our parents usually, or what we see around us. But we should also understand that repetition of different paradigms constantly, expanding our vision on abilities, finding people who managed to heal this or are examples of something, can expand our opportunities to also apply this to ourselves. The date of death is not destined. It's been created out of our reactions and out of our subconscious self-punishment, for instance, or fear. Fears are the magnet of all bad events. Fear, if you have anxiety, fear, probably it will really pull in your life something which will be creating even more fear, Fear of losing money, creating lack of money. Fear of being attacked by someone and you carrying the gun with you, you will attract some situation that will need this gun to be applied, because we are forming everything. And it's very subtle, it's very interesting to self-analyze in this manner. And the same thing, if you are creating such conviction that I never get sick, you will never get sick. And important thing here is not only these convictions and programs, but again, true shift. Some people trying to reprogram, but they cannot. You have to be very calm, present, and have no importance behind what you're saying. It cannot be immortality out of fear or out of protest, that I'm not agreeing that people are dying so young, so I will prove that it's possible. This doesn't work. In general, guys, in life, there is a huge law which people skip. For instance, how to win the lottery. Person who have huge importance and need in money will never win lottery, no matter how he tries. Person who plans this and or wants to spend money on something already and have such excitement about money won't win lottery. Who wins? Who was randomly buying a ticket while he was doing grocery store or buying or something, just grabbed the ticket, randomly filled in and supplied or whatever, and he wins because maybe he already is okay with money. He doesn't have no deficiency in his life, no importance at all, and everything for him is easy. So it's very important not to have importance of yourself, of what you have, because this is illusion that we have something here. Even body, we have temporary, but temporary can be 10,000 years. Temporary, that it's not our ultimate form. We as a consciousness change in forms endlessly. But this form can be with you as long as you want. Other things in life, like houses, people, decorations in general, are not permanent. And we have to agree with this concept, because if we are holding on to our possessions and super anxious about them, to lose money, to lose something, we are creating diseases. So the major idea of awakening is detachment, is a lack of self-importance, importance of people, importance of events. You're like more in playful mode of observation, in relaxed body, in acceptance and in pleasure out of very simple and subtle things. And then for this relaxation will arrive abundance and happiness. And it will be increasing your interest in life, because sure, when we are afraid and we're squeezed, it's very hard to even want to live. It's like a torture. And sure, subconsciously, it can create diseases again and utilize the body before time. Immortality is also, sure, another dimension. I won't tell you that like normal person with normal lifestyle, normal hormonal system, and like function of digestive organs can have immortality. And we were discussing again in the Immortal Club, sure, a body who doesn't drink, doesn't eat, is living in another dimension already. It has completely different biochemistry, completely different structure, and constantly regeneration going on, constant. So sure, if we minimize food, and especially liquids, because in liquids, bacteria, fungi multiply the most. When we drink a lot of liquids, they love this environment. It causes inflammation, joints aching if we overdrink, for instance. And if we are minimizing food and become not dependent to food, it will definitely match the picture of body that can be living endlessly. So as you see, consciousness predisposes everything, creates diseases in your body, rejuvenates your body. It's all commands given to ourselves. So our emphasis should be processing all the emotions, guys, forgiving everyone, releasing everything, and seeing yourself. It's useless to again and again coming back there. It's a game, you know. At some point, I was sick of self-healing and self-analysis. I was realizing, what's the point? I don't have these even people. I'm living in another country. Why I need to think about them? By the way, immigration or changing location really sometimes helps to cut off some of your previous relationships or whatever. It doesn't exist. It's not relevant. And when you rationally, as adult, realize that this all is not relevant right now, you stop. One day you stop ruminating, you stop looking there even. And you live a completely new life, and you form new neural pathways and endlessly developing if you like and how you like. Your happiness is within its high state, and focus on only this relaxation and high state more and more. And sure, it's easy when you're already high. On the way to highness, why people are very hard to awaken, and not so many people succeed, only because you cannot get high even, because the mind attacks you all the time.